Now, I'm expecting pickup height to be more of a surprise to a lot of the viewers, that would even be like something on the radar that you need to like look out for and adjust. However, pickups actually operate optimally at certain distances away from strings, and depending on if they are the bridge pickup, a middle pickup if you have one, or a neck pickup, there will be differences in the way the pickup sounds out of a speaker, or just sounds in general, its signal, due to the distance that they are away from the strings. There is the ability to go too far away, in which case your signal will be really, really weak. On top of this, your signal will be extremely warm, because pickups receive the sound from the strings due to how much the strings are manipulating the electromagnetic field of those pickups. So if your strings are very, very far away from your pickup, they're actually not going to affect the electromagnetic properties of that pickup very much at all, and the only really significant effects are going to be from the largest wave of that string. And so the largest wave of the string is going to be much deeper, much quieter. And so let's say you want a neck pickup to be really quiet and jazzy and deep, then you're going to actually want that pickup to be relatively far away from your strings, because you're going to need a deeper voice. Vice versa though, if you want a pickup to be really hot, really loud, and really bright, you're going to want it to be much, much closer to the strings. So in this case, I'm going to be adjusting different pickups, hearing how they sound, and adjusting them to make what I feel sounds optimum for both of them. I don't want any, and I'm utilizing clean channel right now through my music operating system to make sure that in the clean I'm not hearing any level of distortion, nothing whatsoever, because if I'm hearing anything distorted, I'm much too close to the strings and I need to back off. So first I'm going to start with a neck pickup. On this guitar, it's actually a very cool hot rail. If you look at it, it's a humbucker that's the size of a single coil, and so it's got a really cool tone that I really like out of it. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to take the switch, we're going to switch it up to just that one pickup by itself, and I'm going to turn it full volume and tone all the way on as well. I need my tone to be all the way on in order to be accurately assessing the distance that my humbucker is away from my strings. If I play really hard, I can hear some small amount of overdrive, basically, and this is going through a clean channel. So what that's telling me is that at this current time, this pickup is slightly too close. And to be honest, that is completely expected, because throughout this whole operation, every single one of my adjustments, the truss rod, the nut, and the action of the strings have worked to all bring the strings much lower to the player's fretboard in their hands. And due to this fact, now the pickup is significantly closer to the strings than it once was. And so in order to counteract this, and also in line with my observations that this pickup is too close to the strings, I'm now going to lower it. There is now no amount of playing that can induce a overdrive effect from this pickup. Some people might ask, is there like a particular distance that I need to get the pickups at? And sadly, due to the amount of research that I've done and just like personal observation while working on these instruments, both through the research and my personal observation, is that there is no perfect height for any particular pickup. Different pickups have different straight magnets, different pickups have different amounts of coiling, different pickups allow a different level of electricity travel through. So for instance, a single coil pickup actually has less resistance, so it'll be louder on its own. It'll be brighter and louder and so each and every single pickup has to be adjusted individually. So there's no set like distance I can give you. But in this particular case, I'm very happy with the distance of this first pickup. If you would like a close look of it, there it is. You can see there's maybe, what would that be? Maybe like a half an inch. I have a tape measure right here. Sadly, it's only empirical. It would be nice to give you guys metric units. If I push down, oh no, not even half an inch. If I push down right there, I'm getting an eighth of an inch. So it's not very much, right? But just in case you wanted the measurement, I do recommend that you adjust each pickup individually. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it, I'm going to switch it to the back pickup. And once again, I'm going to play as hard as I can, and I'm going to see if I can induce any type of distortion. I heard it. I already heard it. So once again, as expected though, this pickup is much too close to my strings. So I'm going to take my tool and reduce the or increase the distance that this pickup is away from the strings. That sounds great to me. I feel like it's as close as it can be without inducing the that fuzz, the distortion that pickups get once they're much too close to a string. So now at this point, I know my student or anyone who picks up this instrument, this one in particular, can play this thing as hard or as quietly as they want, and it will always sound great. There's one last thing that must be adjusted, and that is the relative distance of each pickup. So for example, different tones, you'll get one type of tone from your front pickup and a different type of tone from your back pickup. Depending on the type of sound that you're searching for, when you mix your pickups, right, when it's in the middle selection, you might want your rear or your front to be further away than from the strings. A good example of this occurring for me was this Squier behind me that I I rebuilt it, and so I really enjoyed the tone of the black pickup at the neck. It has a really strong, bright, aggressive tone that I really like. However, I do also appreciate the tone of the original pickups in it. They have that really like twangy kind of sound. So when I have the selector in the middle selecting all of the pickups to be utilized at once, I want a majority of the neck pickup to be operating, but also just a small fraction of the back ones to pick up the twanginess. And so I had to adjust to make the back two original pickups lower, so that way once they were all mixed together, it was mostly the neck pickup, the newer one, and then you can still just barely feel the back ones. And so I had to adjust that accordingly. In this case, I've already listened to and test this guitar. The difference between this pickup and this pickup is not very much at all. There's a slight difference in tone. There's a little bit darker. It's a little darker, a little warmer. Whereas this one's a little brighter and a little stronger of an output. But when it's in the middle, there's not too much of a difference that I can really induce depending on the height of each of these pickups. So for me, at this current point, I'm happy with not only the height of the first pickup and the height of the second pickup, but I'm also happy with the height that each one is relative to itself. There are times, like the example is this one, where you're going to want to do a little bit of thought over how you want each of the sounds of the pickups to mix. But in this particular case, I'm very happy with the setup of my instrument. At this point, I can now put the casing for the truss rod, which is right here. I can put this back on, I can recheck everything, and then I can give this back to my student and know that this guitar will play perfectly, very fast, it'll sound great. Every note will be perfectly intonated, and I can be proud of my work. Alrighty, I hope you guys found some useful information from all of this, and you have a good one. Bye bye.